So, yeah. Welcome back to another session of our Out of the Abyss game, playing Dungeons and Dragons in the Wild Underdark. And I am your Dungeon Mister, or Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, whatever. Joined by our wonderful players. If you guys want to say hey or something,
Hey, or
Or
something.
hey, or
I
something.
that like just like that. And without further ado, uh, let's hop into our session and go with over a little recap of what happened last time.
Steven knows that we're going to do that every week, right? Do you think he ever's just like, I'm going to kill these guys?
the scary thing is I think he thinks it every week.
It's planned. But speaking of plans, did not plan for Topsy to turn into a raving rat gnome, and she apparently had to be put down, despite her brother's protests. During the scuffle, Bupido realized he had some magical potential too, at the expense of some of those around, giving him some threats to not harm those around you. Buried what remained of Topsy at the edge of the silken paths, took a little bit of a breather before setting off with Yuck Yuck and Spiderbait. And in this expanse of darkness, you walked among the webs, crossing this great chasm, coming upon some spider silk cocoons during your travel. At that point, you were ambushed by several giant spiders, the size of small horses. At different points, the web either broke or burned as you fought against these beasts, causing some of your troop to fall for different heights and having to climb back up. But Fungi actually utilized this to his advantage and burned some of the webbing around some of the spiders, causing them to fall and essentially delaying their attacks and making this a more manageable encounter. But unfortunately, during this battle, Jimjar fell to the depths as he was wrapped up in these webbings, not seen again. Gathering what you could, Casmos found an odd book and a scroll that was unreadable to himself. Fungi and Weller were looking for Jimjar. They found a pack of squid-like creatures lurking in the dark, apparently attracted to the light and the noise that the pair were making. Making a run for it, though. You all regathered and ran away from the spot. Yuck Yuck led you all to a small alcove in the wall where you were able to rest up. Talking things over with each other, Casmo showed the map he had found the group. And apparently it was a map of some tomb at the edge of the silken paths. Thinking to make a little stop on your way the next day, maybe. You tentatively planned to get some rest, with some tension still high from losing 2 of your troop in the same day. And that's where we're going to pick up. Is there anything you all would like to do before bedding down?
I don't know if it's technically before bedding down, but I'm making a couple spell switches, preparing a few different ones for the next day.
Fair enough.
I already got them in my character sheet if you need to look at it.
I trust you. But yeah, as long as it's in your sheet, you're good to go.
Cass must open the book that he found. See what's inside.
As you open the book, you would see this flash of blue and red light for this brief moment as a crackle of energy opens as you open this book. The rest of you wouldn't notice that at all. But you would just see him looking into this book. And as the first page of the book, written in Infernal, would be... Well, you speak Infernal, right?
Yeah, I do speak Infernal.
All right. So written in Infernal, just wanted to make sure. Written in Infernal, it would say, "Get out. I cannot help you here. If you are lost, then you would be lost. And you can almost hear this voice call to you. And at the very bottom, almost as if being written at this exact moment, you are too deep. There is something wrong. Get out.
He sighs to himself and mutters, "Tell me something I don't know."
But turning the page, you would see it's full of a couple of arcane sigils and odd sort of like patterns and movements that you hadn't really thought of before.
He's gonna close it and put it in his satchel.
Fair enough. Would anyone else like to do anything before bedding down? I believe Weller's hands still kind of bloody knuckled and tensions with the goblins and Bupido still a little tense.
I know I did it before we finished up last week, but just to re-put it, I used my last 2 first level spell slots to cast Good Berry again, or Good Mushroom, and distribute a bunch to the party. So that they have at least, I think everybody should leave everybody with at least 2, I think, for the next day.
Yeah, that's right. And those of you who did not eat spider did eat 1. Which I believe everybody ate 1 except for Rincewind?
Yeah,
He ate the spider.
I ate spider.
You know,
When in Rome.
Or
Exactly.
what don't kill you.
But
Mhm.
Rincewind, you do have 2 good mushrooms for the next day. Everyone else would have 1.
Okay. And I changed 1 spell in my prepared list as well. If you want to take a peek, see that's
Yeah.
where I'm at right now.
But I will say, don't change it until you finish this long rest.
Oh, that's a good point.
But as you all kind of set up watches, you guys were talking about that last time, and rearranged yourselves. Let's go with. Tell you what, fun guy, since you're kind of up all night, roll me a d20.
yeah. 5.
All right.
Okay, so roll high.
With a 5. During your watches this evening, you would occasionally, each of you on your watches, some of you probably more perceptive than others, but each of you on your watches would occasionally hear this faint chittering in the distance as it's just darkness around you. No firelight, no light in this little alcove. Occasionally see the webs bounce from far off, but slight chittering and scuttling, kind of like very distant. Occasionally you would hear a rock fall as you do finish your long rest uneventfully. So you can all hit your long rest buttons and do what you need to do to recuperate for the morning. But as you all do eventually each wake up one by one, you would see Spiderbait and Yuck Yuck kind of like sitting over the ledge with their feet dangling out the side, like as if it were some pool for them to like wade their feet in the summer. They're just kind of dangling over, just kind of kicking some of the webbing nearby. And Yuck Yuck will just be like, "So, are you guys ready to Fucking hit the old spider road? Well, don't all speak up at once. I mean,
Where's where's Topsy's head at? Can we get a?
Topsy's dead.
Or I mean,
Turvy, however,
Kirby's head at.
he's just kind of like still eyes lightly glazed over, kind of like eyes kind of perk up for a moment to kind of like see what the group's feeling.
Okay.
He's attentive, but he's still quiet. That's perfectly fair.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. What do you want to do the marching order to be?
Are you asking Yuck Yuck?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I mean, as long as you guys are following behind, we'll be shooting on ahead. As we did yesterday. Should be smoothish sailing. We said you wanted to go to that hand thing, right? Or nearby?
The wall, I think, or wherever you said it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I can get you there. Sometime today.
How far was that temple?
What?
I'm sorry. Never mind. Scratch that. Let's roll.
Okay. You're taking you to the hand.
The hand.
But as you head out, go back to your marching order page. See, are you guys happy with how you guys are wandering the path? You would have Yuck Yuck and Spiderbait kind of leading about 15-20 feet ahead.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
gonna make-
I have a confession to make out of game. I do not have the light cantrip. I thought I did, and I do not.
Oh boy,
I
you
am
used
sorry.
it last time.
I did use it last time. I was
Well,
looking at my bills. I'm sorry. Weller has the dancing lights, but I do not have the light cantrip.
shame. Shame, shame, shame.
I am sorry.
Even Rincewind got us confused.
Yep.
But with your guys' foraging, cooking, camouflage, mapping, scouting, navigating, any of those themes, cooking was probably the only one that would actually have any benefit in your travel, but not necessarily for the day, as the rest of the actions won't really have any effect, as you are pretty much relying on Yuck Yuck and Spiderbait to navigate these webs, and they kind of occasionally go through, veer left for a while and then veer right for seemingly no real reason, kind of as they take you away from the cliffs for a while and then start bringing you back towards them.
You can't tell me we're not trying to map this. Malachar.
Malachar, if you want
I
to try
mean,
to
you
map
know
it,
my maps. I will absolutely try to map it.
I'm going to say it's going to be a disadvantage this time, because the route you guys are
that's even
taking,
better.
it'll be a survival check at disadvantage. So far we've had a few ones and I think like a 5 or something.
Yeah, you're giving him disadvantage like it's going to hurt him.
You never know.
I think it's just going to make it more consistent.
If he rolls 2 20s.
Oh, God.
oh, and that'd be a miracle.
Yeah,
there
there's
you go.
another one.
There we go.
Here's
All
the
right.
critical
There's that
one.
one.
Yep, you continue to draw some webs on your map in whatever fashion seems right for you at the time.
Yeah.
I will say during this travel, Fungi, you do not have dark vision, so it is kind of like you should probably hold someone's hand if given the chance. Shushar will hold out his hand for you.
debating if I want to. I might say because I want to save my slot because it's the second level. Dark Vision was one of the spells that I prepared, but I think I might save that for if a slot is needed or just have it available for the watch at night.
Jump on my back. I'll just have to prop you if we get into trouble.
And then if we get into trouble, I'll cover you.
Yeah, we can always just give me a buff, a Dark Vision buff then, or I can always just wild shape into something.
Right.
That sounds good. I'm light.
All right. Hopping on to Dusk's back. Yeah, he's surprisingly light, so it doesn't weigh you down at all. Although it is slow going through these webbings, much like the day before. But Dusk, since you're up front, roll me a D8. All right. After about 2 or so hours, Dusk and Fungi, you would both hear a soft feminine voice sound in your mind suddenly, faint and distant. Hello? Is someone there? Oh, please. I need your help. I've been trapped in the dark for so long. So very long. Please. Won't you help to free me?
Did you hear that, friend?
Dusk will stop and hold paw up to motion the group to stop. Where are Yuck Yuck and Spider Bite?
They would actually stop at the same time.
Okay. Watch
Yeah.
them and see how they react.
They kind of just stop and look at each other. And then look back to you guys to see if you heard that too.
Well, why are we stopping?
We heard someone. Sounds like somebody's in trouble.
Yeah, something like that. Keep your voices down. I thought someone was yelling something, but it sounded weird.
Where's it coming from?
And oddly enough, I would say with your kind of sense of direction, Dusk and Fungi, you would know the direction it's coming from. The direction you're headed. Vaguely, the direction you're headed.
You heard it up that a ways.
Yeah, Dusk will sort of motion for the group to continue forward. But he will whisper back to them, be on guard.
All right. Yuck Yuck and Spider-Bait just kind of both scratch their heads. Spider-Bait would be like, yeah, we're always ready to go. Right, Yuck Yuck? Yuck Yuck just kind of shrugs like, yeah, same direction we were going. Come on, guys. As they both kind of slide down, continuing the course of action. About an hour or so passes before you kind of make a few turns and come back to a side of the cliff, seemingly shorn and cut off at an angle downward and away from you, like into the cliff. As it gets wider the further it goes down. you would see maybe a 20-foot tall landing, pretty wide. Looks like it's got a number of larger mushrooms emanating light on them. Some essentially larger torch stalks, but always glowing, it seems like, with this faint blue light. The walls kind of have this purplish hue. And those of you with extremely good dark vision would be Rincewind, Weller, and Casmus. You would see about maybe 100 or so feet down, out of the bottom of this cliff, looks to be a massive hand outstretched from underneath it.
How big is it? I mean, massive is in like the hand is the size of one of us, or massive is like the hand is the size of like
I'd say it's about 40.
the Statue of Liberty's hand.
The Statue of Liberty's hand, if not bigger.
Okay.
You would give a rough estimate that the hand is probably 40 to 50 feet wide. Looks like it's just jutting out of the cliff, like 80 or so feet down. But on this cliff, you would notice what looks to be a broken statue crumbling from the next to the side of an opening.
Well, guess we found our hand. What do we do now?
Yuck was
Go
like,
take a look.
y'all are here. Whatever you do here is up to you. We'll wait for you, but it's on you guys.
Do you know anything of this hand?
It's a big hand. It's down there.
Have you seen it before? Are you familiar with any knowledge about it?
We stick away from ominous things like a big hand sticking from the side of the wall.
It's a fair piece of advice. Well, we weren't just looking for a hand, we were looking for a lost tomb. We're here, we might as well investigate a bit further.
Let's see if there's. I mean, is there a way for us to go down? Do we see anything?
Well, up on this cliff, kind of where you guys are kind of looking at the moment, the hand is 80 feet down, just kind of sticking out. Looks like outstretched, kind of like palm upward. But this cliff face seems to be pretty wide, and it does look like it has kind of a semblance of an entrance next to this crumbling statue that looks to be maybe 15 or so feet tall, or might have been at one point.
Still got ropes, don't we?
I think we just climbed down the spider webs like we did before.
Yeah, I was going to say, do we see like a path that leads to what appears to be the entrance with the webs?
Yeah, I would say like not within the web, like within the on that cliff. You would see the statue. The hand is 80 feet below the cliff, but on the cliff you would see the mushrooms kind of giving off these spores of light, and that statue, 15 or so feet tall, kind of hard to make out in detail what it is. You would see what looks to be a tunnel heading that way, up on the cliff.
Yeah, we do not need to climb down.
Yuck and
Alright, well.
Spiderbait kind of go to the side of the cliff and look down and look up at you all. We're gonna be here.
In we go.
Take the tunnel down.
Oh, so. Dusk will let Fun Guy down.
This might be dumb, but do I know anything good about the mushrooms that are glowing over there, or?
These just look like overgrown torch stalks. You've never seen any this big. It's kind of almost akin to like a surser tree, which is a underdark tree essentially that glows and radiates odd magics.
I'm as we're entering this tunnel. We are entering this tunnel,
Are
correct?
you guys heading towards the tunnel?
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm worried that we don't have the ingredients for the mayonnaise yet, but yeah, I guess so.
It'll be okay. As we're entering the tunnel, can we tell if the spider webs are thinning out or are they staying
It would
consistently
seem
thick?
that they are not on the majority of this cliff at all.
Okay.
That's not necessarily good.
But
No.
as you all start to like make a landing to the area, you would hear the faint bit of a whisper, kind of before you get to the tunnel. And the whisper grows louder and louder. It hungers. It hungers. I did not eat them. I did not.
Is this the
And-
same whisper?
Very different
Sorry.
whisper. And looking out, you would see out of the tunnel, an orb-like figure hovering above with a singular eye in its face. And 4 eye stalks protruding out of its side of its orbular figure, and a long tongue dangling down with smiling teeth. It looks over to you all. Oh, hi. Yes. You'll do nicely. And I'm going to bring you guys to a map. As this creature comes out of the darkness here, you would see this guy. As all 4 of his eyeballs on the exterior seem to light up, as well as the central eyeball with a rainbow of coloration. And we're going to roll initiative. Surprise.
Yay.
I mean, not surprise, but you're rolling initiative.
Can I give myself the advantage on the initiative if I haven't given it to anybody else?
You have to give yourself. I'll allow you this one time to give yourself advantage.
No, that's okay.
but-
Don't worry
but-
about it. I'll
but-
do it next time.
It's just something like you have to be like, all right, I'll give whoever advantage on the next attack.
Don't worry about it. I'll do it next time. I'll go normal this time. It's no sweat.
I wouldn't mind this because it's the new feature, not something you would think about
Yeah.
until after the fact. So
Right.
I'm
I kept
A-okay.
forgetting about it the last time I played this class. And I was like, I'm bound and determined not to this time. And lo and behold. So, all right.
So go ahead and roll with advantage.
I'll just roll one more time.
Yeah. I am not opposed to it.
There you go.
All right.
See?
Well, you keep
Got that right out of the way.
Keep that 14.
All right.
But as you all see this orb creature come out of the darkness, it actually goes first. As we'll do the... Yeah. So, as it starts to hover outward towards you all, kind of towards the statue a little bit, it shoots 2 rays. One is going to be at Thunder at Dusk, and the other is going to be at Fungi. So, Thunder at Dusk, a black ray with kind of red energy shoots out of one of these eyeballs, out of one of its stalks. I need you to give me a Constitution or Wisdom saving throw. All right, Thunder, you succeed as you can feel almost this compelling force making you afraid. Then you remember you are not afraid. However, Fungi, I need you to give me a Wisdom save as well. As a purplish, yeah, the 23, this purplish ray just kind of misses by you. It doesn't quite hit you, as it just kind of blasts a nearby little fleck of one of these mushrooms as it kind of warps and changes to different colorations. I'll take us to Rincewind.
Okay, I am. I'm going to touch my forehead again and whisper, "Bless," and I'm going to cast Bless on Malakar, Weller, and Dusk again.
All right. As Malakar, Weller, and Dusk. You all have blessed, however, at the same time, you would feel this warping of magic. I need you to roll me a percentile.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No sweat. Sorry.
You're good.
Blam.
With a
Oh.
98. As you all would hear the music you're hearing right now play all around Rincewind. It's this kind of ethereal band playing around him. Anything else for Rincewind? I will remind you all are on the webs. It is difficult terrain for the first little bit.
Okay. Let's see. I have. I'm going to. I think I can move over here behind Fungi. I think I have enough movement for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And end my turn.
All right, that'll take us to Casmus.
I will move up behind Malakar, and I'm gonna give him protection from evil and good.
All right. As this protection surrounds you, Malakar, Casmus, roll me a D100.
Malakar, they really want you to do something impressive. No pressure.
Yeah, no, none at all. None at all.
100.
A 65. That can't be good. Within, oh boy. Everyone roll me a D20.
Oh god.
Shit.
So actually I should roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that's going to be Yuck Yuck, Dusk, Fungi, and Weller. Casmus, roll me 4d10. as this electrical energy surges out from Casmus. Yuck Yuck gets struck by lightning for 17 points of lightning damage.
Jesus.
Fungi gets struck by lightning for 17 points of lightning damage. Dusk gets struck by lightning for 17 points of lightning damage. And Weller gets struck by lightning for 17 points of lightning damage. As this
What?
electrical energy just surges out of Casmus as he's casting this protection spell on you, Malakar. Anything else for Casmus?
No, I'll stay right there and just say complete shock of what happened.
No pun intended.
Pun intended.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As that'll take us to the NPCs. Spider Bait will be like, yuck, yuck, and just go down and shake his body, as Yuck Yuck is very dead. Bupido will turn to Casmus and be like, that was brilliant! Why didn't you do that earlier?
That wasn't intentional.
And Bupido will... Oh boy. Oh,
No.
I have the wrong Bupido. Bupido will just kind of be shocked and amazed that anything like that has ever happened in front of his eyes. He goes and inspects Yuck Yuck's body. Shusharo, oh, it was meant to be. And will also inspect Yuck Yuck's body for very different reasons. Turvy will just kind of sidle up next to Casmus. Like, oh, you should watch where you point that thing. And he is going to shoot a crossbow bolt at this creature ahead. Hitting it. For 9 points of piercing damage. That'll take us to Fungi.
All right, I am going to about here, and I'm going to cast. Well, not cast. I'm going to do symbiotic entity. So now I have just all these extra spores hovering around me. That's the only action I can take. And
Is that a 10-foot radius?
for Halo Spores,
Yeah.
yeah, I want to say it is. Let me just pull up Halo. Yeah, so if anything moves, so
Alright.
my choice of something in that.
Right, I got you.
Actually, we used before. Does it just have to be when it comes in, or if as long as it's within 10 feet of me?
What does it say?
You are surrounded by invisible necrotic spores that are harmless until you unleash them on a creature nearby. When a creature you can see moves into the space within 10 feet of you or starts its turn. Oh, okay, so it
There
starts
you
its turn there. So yeah. Okay, but that'll deal. So
Big
that is my
damage
response.
if it
Yeah,
moves.
it'll be on his turn. It'll get double damage for this one.
If,
And I get-
if he gets within range.
Right. And I have 12 temp hit points now as well.
That is dope.
Yeah, I
You
kinda
all
need
would-
it now.
You all would see these spores exude out of fungi. Take
And
us,
that's it for my turn.
I'll take us to Malakar. Malakar, you feel protected from good and evil entities. You feel blessed. Seeing a few of your allies get struck by lightning just a moment ago.
Let's see here. So for difficult terrain, that takes away how much movement?
So getting off of the webs will take 10 feet of movement.
Okay, so then I'd have what, 20 feet after
Yeah.
that? So I can move to. Let's go. I can move to there. And then I will cast Sacred Flame on it.
All right.
Since I'm not in range of melee, obviously.
Gotta make a big dex save. What is your save? It's gotta make DC 14.
Yeah, 14.
It got a 13. So it will take your Sacred Flame, if you'll roll me the Sacred Flame.
Where is it? There it is.
And it takes 4 points of radiant damage. Oh, it burns! Anything else?
And
for Ankar?
that'll be it for me for now.
Alright, that'll take us to Weller.
Fantastic. The webs that are kind of in front of me, is there depth to those? Like those are on a lower level. I couldn't walk on those.
Yeah, you could kind of climb and clamber down.
Okay. Well, that's not what I want to do. I'll just All right, so what is it going to cost me to get off these webs and over to here?
So that would take 20 feet. Or no, that would take
20.
Yeah, 20 feet.
20. Okay. So I'll do. So from there, that would put me up at 30. So we'll do that. So I'm just going to move there.
All right.
And I will not have any more movement. So I will take a shot with the hand crossbow.
All right. You could always dash if you wanted to.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. And that would give me an additional 30.
So you could get up to it. Just throwing it out there. You could also just shoot your hand crossbow. That's fine too.
So I could get up. You know what? Second wind's a bonus action, right?
It is.
Fantastic. So let's go ahead and do that. So I should be able to get right up on it. Actually, I'll stay one space away because of my glove.
Yeah.
All right, and then I will go ahead and do second wind.
All right. As you kind of bulk up for a moment.
Not that I need it or anything.
Wipe that dirt off your shoulder. It's just kind of electrical fuzz.
The soot from the lightning.
Yeah.
Clothes that burned.
You get a D10 plus 3.
D10. All right, thank you. That's what I was unsure of.
All right, you get 11 hit points back.
Whoops.
You're not looking quite as bad as you did a moment ago, walking through this kind of field of spores. That'll take us to dusk.
Okay. So that's 10 feet, right?
It's 10 feet.
15, 20, 25. And brandishing his frying pan, he's going to utilize as a monk weapon. He's going to clang it in the head.
All right, trying to bop this beholderkin in its well, it only has a head. In its head.
Ooh.
With bless, that will hit.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Bless.
Thanks, bless. Hashtag blessed. For 8 points of bludgeoning damage, it's like, ow!
I will.
It seemed to affect it pretty well.
As a bonus action, I will do an unarmed strike, and I'm expending a key point to make it flurry of blows.
All right. 2 unarmed strikes at this little... He's honestly about the size of... Let me double check. Yeah, he's about the size of you. 20 will hit. For 7 more.
And I do have only 10 hit points. And then, yeah, Dusk will, and then clang himself on the head with the frying pan as well.
Kind of like getting some
Giving
of,
himself
getting
5
some of
points of healing.
yesterday's grease on your fur to kind of cover up your wounds as you heal yourself for 5. All right.
That is it.
That'll take us to this Beholderkin's turn, looking to both Weller and Dusk. All these eyes kind of clang around. You would see the energies whirring around. One's going to go at Weller, the other's going to go at Dusk. I've got to reroll doubles. Alright. Weller, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. As you would see this, as the black ray with the kind of other color energy attached to it just strike you for this brief moment, you would also feel that fear wash over you for a brief moment. And then Dusk, this yellowish orange ray shoots out of one of these, as I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw. With a 26, you can feel your muscles stiffen for a brief moment as it just kind of looks towards you, and seemingly this look of shock comes over this green beholder's face. Stay still so I can eat you.
Yes, at it.
And that will end its turn, taking us to Rincewind. Who is muted, probably.
I'm going to step back and I'm going to do a medicine check on Yuck Yuck, see if I can bring him back with a spell.
All right.
Or is he like a crispy critter?
It will use your action to do a medicine check on him.
I understand.
He, at the moment, does look like a crispy critter. I'll give me a medicine check. This is a pretty easy one. I'll say DC 5. With a 10, Yuck Yuck's dead.
Okay.
I think
All
we all
right.
saw where that was going.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
a pretty easy one.
All right. Well, let's see.
No need to prepare him. There's dinner.
All right,
Yuck
hold
Yuck
on
is
a
a
second.
collection of ashes, like from a cartoon.
Yeah, well, you would definitely see singes of his skin in piles of ashes around his body, as he's more or less just a semblance of what Yuck Yuck used to be.
Ash pile, formerly
Damn it.
known as Yuck
All the
Yuck.
good ones are dying. All right.
You got spider bait.
Well, like
You
I
said
said,
what
all
you
the good
said.
ones are dying. I said what I said, and then I'm going to move over here behind the mushroomish, kind of, to see if I can get a little extra cover,
Fair enough.
and then my turn.
That'll take us to Casmus.
So 10 feet to get off the webs. I'm gonna try an Eldritch Blast at the creature up there.
Let's see this Eldritch Blast. 16 will hit. For 15 points of force damage as this red and blue swirl arcs towards the spectator's mouth open wide. It just kind of fills into his mouth and starts kind of, you would see him start to balloon up as he just pops and explodes. Beholder guts go flying everywhere as he is dead. And we will end combat there. It's just as quickly as it started. It is ended.
Okay.
Spider bait just kind of calling you, Yuck Yuck! Hey, wake up, buddy! Just kind of smacking him.
Man,
He's stupid.
Somebody should tell him.
Is he smacking a pile of ashes?
Kind of the part of him that's not quite ashes. Turvey will kind of make his way around. And...
buddy, I think your friend's dead.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Just kind of looking over the body, shrugs, starts searching the pockets.
Dusk will look over at Weller as he's pulling the little beholder thing guts off of himself. And he'll say, "You'd think people down here would have a better understanding of what death is."
Agreed. I saw plenty of it in my time down here, but it seems like the ones we're coming across is new to them. I know in my time I had made peace with it.
So, Spider-Man, do you know the way, or was he the only one, or was Yuck
I
Yuck
know
the only
everything
one?
Yuck Yuck knows. Yuck Yuck just never let Spider Bay lead. I might
Wow.
be even smarter. I'll miss him though.
Yeah. I guess it's your chance to prove that he can lead.
Yeah. That's a good point. Plus, I get to keep all the money. Gives a big smile ear to ear.
Somebody check his pockets for the oil.
Oh, I already got it. It's in the gourd. Kind of wraps it around his back.
All right. I guess you lead the way, or
Oh, I'm not going in there.
we
I know.
stay here.
I know about the web stuff.
Okay. I mean, you sure don't want to? There might be more money in there.
Give me a persuasion check.
I'm not really sure it's a good idea if he decides to come with us, because if we lose him, we're lost.
Oh, we're fucked,
Okay, I can come with.
as the French would say.
Just stay in the back.
Yeah,
And,
I can do that.
Why doesn't he stay out here with maybe like Shushar, who we know is not going to be of any use to us?
I would not mind staying back. Going into decrepit
I mean-
places has never been one of my favorite activities.
Like, look, if you two just follow up until the entrance of further up, and you can stay in the back. Guard the entrance where we go in.
And Shushar would be like, I was never the best guard. Turvey
I mean, all
will
you
kind
have
of
to do is
speak up.
look and shout.
I can keep an eye out on these two here. And Bukudo will even say, but I don't
better.
mind keeping them company. Gives a big smile as he looks down at the pile of Yuck Yuck.
Gasman's gonna turn to Turvey, and he's gonna whisper to him, if Bupido messes up, please tell us.
Yeah, of course.
And Gasman's gonna go up to where the rest of the group is.
Yeah, looking here, getting a closer look at this actual statue here, you would see what looks to be once probably a greatly carved statue, 15 foot tall, now crumbled and dissipating with time. It appears your best guess would be a robed figure, but any features of anything other than the kind of cloak or cloth that it is supposed to be imitating would be lost.
Is there any kind of pedestal or writing that we can make out?
There would be faint letters here and there, but it's in an alphabet that you do not understand.
None of us understand.
If you guys all each go look at it, none of you understand it.
Okay. All right.
So we go down further down, and we leave those four in the back to cover the exit.
They'll just be kind of looking at Yuck Yuck's body, or what remains.
And so are we sure that the path to the right is the way into the temple?
You are not. But it looks like a short tunnel.
Right.
Occasionally dotted with these similar torch stalk mushrooms, smaller in form, but still giving off this blue light.
Right. We ready to go then? Is everybody feeling okay?
I think we're all good.
Yeah,
Suggest
I'm
we
sad
proceed with
again.
caution.
but we can go.
I mean, except for Yuck Yuck, obviously.
Who is now truly
Yuck.
yuck yuck.
Man, I just got rid of Purify Food and Water too.
I do like
All
that
right.
the other NPCs moved the dead body of Yuck Yuck over there with them.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
teasing.
All right, let's start going through the tunnel then.
All right.
All right.
Proceeding with caution.
Proceeding
Checking
with
for
caution.
traps.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
I
this is a tomb.
am going to give Malakar and Fungi Eyes of Night.
All right.
As I walk up and touch both of them, and their eyes flash briefly.
As you would each have the best dark vision you've ever seen. You can both see the expanse of 300 feet out of webs behind you as you walk into this narrow passageway as it gets narrower and narrower as you continue on.
Shall we
Is,
proceed in sneaky mode?
Is my vision still white on the outside instead of black?
You would have noticed probably waking up today it would have returned to normal.
Okay.
But proceeding with caution, trying to sneak up down this little side passageway. At the end of it, you would see a dirty marble wall, deep set door made of bronze encased stone, green with age. No spider webs about, just dust on the floor here. No footsteps either.
Are there any kind of inscriptions or anything on the door or around the door?
Give me an investigation check.
Can I start remembering to cast guidance for everybody when we start doing these things?
Yeah.
If you say it before I ask for a roll, yes.
So I mean, okay. So if he says I got to do this, I can say cast guidance before you ask for.
Yeah, but as long as it's before I ask for the roll, you are good. But with a 22 investigation, Weller, looking this up and down, you've seen tombs before. This definitely looks like an entrance to a tomb. You wouldn't see any markings other than the occasional letter written in that same language that you do not understand.
Is there obvious handles on it, or does it look like
There would be an
it has
obvious
to be
handle
open?
on the exterior of it. Made of bronze as well. Actually, I'm sorry. The door is actually made of marble with bronze.
Can I inspect the area around the door and the close vicinity for anything that might set off if we open this door?
Guidance.
I would like to give him. Or
I,
go
I,
ahead.
I would
Go
say
ahead, Sydney.
essentially that's kind of also what Weller did as well. Looking over the door and the
Okay.
area around it, nothing really seemed off about it.
What do you say we open this door?
Behind
Right.
door number 1.
All right.
All right, I guess I'll reach forward and try to carefully open said door.
Opening this said door, you would see a light. Actually, let me double check. It might not be a. It would open up to a square room. I don't have fungi on there. Silly me. But opening up to a probably 30 by 30 foot square room in here. Looks to have a kind of dais or a stone diorama set to the right of the entrance. And it looks like several. Or yeah, looks like a staircase across from the landing in here. You would see 2 sconces sticking out of the floor here. Not lit. But you would see them.
How high are the ceilings in here?
Ceilings in here. I believe they are 10 feet. So not too cramped. 15 feet high. But as it gets into the staircase in front of you, you would see it goes about 10 feet high. But
You said
And-
that's like a shrine over there?
Yeah,
it looks like a sort of a stone diorama set up on like almost like little war game miniatures are set up there.
Can I take a look at it and see if it makes any sense, if it means anything?
Yeah, looking at it, it looks to be someone like a female figure dressed in noble attire sitting at the center of this space here, surrounded by attendants and looks to be slaves with like collars on. You would see looks to be miniatures of treasure chests filled with what you would assume gold coins or other sorts, like might have been painted at one point but have long been, you know, paint wears. I would see behind it, or actually to the other side. Point I forgot. Kind of carved into the wall would be a vista of looks like large floating cities. Like just kind of like you could see land masses kind of to a point, and above them would be large expansive cities. I think there's about 7 or 8 of them on the wall on the opposite side.
Does anyone know anything about any floating cities?
Fungus just gonna look befuddled at the whole thing. And say, what are these? Not knowing what a city is.
I mean, I am proficient in history, if not that great at it.
You can give me a history check.
I was trying to say it.
I would say with informational stuff, guidance isn't really a thing. But I would say actually in recent times, not, but like maybe 15, 20 years ago, there was a floating city. Actually, it would be like 30 or 40 years ago. Sorry. But Dusk, there was a floating city called Shade. Some war was fought about it. You weren't here at the time, but they were apparently an ancient civilization come back from something or another. You're not too sure about all that.
All right. Do the people in the diorama, do they look human, or
Yeah,
can we
yeah,
tell
they
what?
would all look humanoid in form. Some of them
Okay.
smaller. You would see probably several gnomes
Okay.
as the slave figures, but at least smaller. Gnomes are halflings, but all of them kind of surrounding this one robed figure, kind of standing above them all on a platform.
Can we tell, since there are a lot of slaves there, and hey, no offense here, Weller, but can we tell if the humans or the humanoid is Drow, the woman?
I would say, I mean, you give me a
Knowing
investigation
that they're a
check.
matriarchal society and
Yeah, yeah, you can give me an investigation check. Kind of trying to determine the nature of this.
Yeah.
It is too hard to tell with like it's been smudged and the paint has kind of chipped and withered.
Okay. And what did you say the diorama was made of? Is it like
It's all stone.
marble or stone?
Yeah, it'd be stone. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go. I think
Dusk will
very
sort of
cautiously though.
do a little clear his throat. Y'all are hoping he's not hawking up a hairball, but he's going to say, I do want to point out that we heard a female voice calling to us from the darkness. And he'll point at the little statuette, and then he'll say, and we are in a tomb. And then he'll grin.
What did the voice say?
The voice said that it had been trapped in the darkness for a long time. And then he'll twiddle his little fingers and say, spooky.
If it could be a ghost, I don't think so.
I mean,
It's trapped in the dark. Should we light the sconces?
fortune favors the bold.
Yeah, that's a fair point, Malachi. Malachi. We got a Malachi on the baseball team.
So
You're good.
we going down
Because
further?
your map did say the light to guide the way.
No, the map did say that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna let a voice scare me off. We went all this way and fried half of our scouting party. I don't know if I'm gonna be ready to just turn back now. And
No, I agree we push on, but I like Malachi's idea of lighting the sconces.
Do we have anything that can light those?
Yeah, I can do that one. I'll go up to. These are the sconces in question, right?
Yeah.
I'll go up to each one and use produce flame, and use that to light them.
There is no oil in the sconces.
Good.
It's long been dried
Mayonnaise
up.
needed for spider webs, needed for sconces.
right,
Well, damn.
well,
But you do see
oh,
stairs.
I mean, everybody can see.
I guess
Yeah.
we push on then.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Stairs look like they head down 20 feet. before they come to a landing. I would say Dusk, since you are proficient in history. Is anyone else proficient in history?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. As you guys start to head down the stairs, you would see what looks to be Dusk. You would recognize it almost as a kind of calendar of sorts, although very outdated.
Hmm.
It would be equivalent
I
to
get a
like
rough,
a Mayan calendar, kind of like old.
rough idea maybe of how long ago?
Yeah, give me a history check. I'd say over 500 years ago.
Okay.
That would be your best guess. Maybe more.
He will sort of point to it and say, those dates appear to be 500 or more years old.
Okay.
Oh, great.
So that woman, if she's down here, would have been down here for 500 years. Is that what you're trying to say?
I think
I
lots
mean-
of things have been down here for 500 years.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But continuing on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
I mean, we're obviously in a tomb, so I want to be very actively searching for any kind of like a trap or a.
Agreed.
I mean,
Fair enough. Are you leading the way then down?
I don't know, Dusk. Do you want to come with me, or does anybody that's particularly adept at finding traps or aware of surroundings want to come?
Looks like
That's-
Weller is.
Yeah. Dusk
That's
is
okay.
better at observing, less
Well,
so than investigating.
Let me put it this way. So, perception is noticing something is off about something. Investigation is actively searching and trying to figure out what that thing wrong is, technically. And I am very at fault for using investigation when perception is the accurate role. So, both are good at finding traps per se. Like, if you want to investigate, it's a slow thing.
Okay.
Perception is just like keeping an eye
So,
out
like-
for something wrong.
Like Dusk would be good at saying something's off here, and
Yeah.
then someone else might be better at.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty good
okay.
at both of those.
Likewise.
Being like, oh, this specific thing is off. And that's how you turn it off. So Rincewind
Sure.
I'll go up front. So.
and Fungi and Weller?
Yeah.
Or not, or Rincewind, Fungi, Dusk, and Weller. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much, but
Yeah.
We probably
Uh,
all are within a couple of points of each other
yeah.
at
Yeah.
this
We'll,
level
we'll
anyway.
say,
I mean, see, I'll be somewhere near the front just to be a
I gotcha.
damage.
We're all terrified of the tomb, so we're walking 4 wide.
Yeah.
Well, you can
Narrow
only be
stairway.
2 wide, but heading down, we'll say Rincewind, since you're the one wanting to do it, or one that brought it up, give me a perception check to keep an eye out for things.
Right. Okay.
Don't you love it when it's all on you?
Yeah.
All right, with a 16,
No pressure.
Yeah.
heading down these stairs cautiously, they go down to another landing, winds around again, another landing. No more of those kind of calendar stones set in the landings. It repeats a total of 5 times to where you're down. You would estimate you descended 100 feet, maybe a little more, till it leads to another room. Looks like shreds of dusty tapestries lie scattered across the floor in here. Frieze on the walls are defaced with deep gouges, making them unrecognizable. An altar of pale gray marble stands gouged and cracked against one wall. And you would notice a door to the south and a door to the east.
Okay. Um. I'm going to have Weller come over and inspect these gouges with me in the wall.
I'll go over and again give Weller guidance then to gonna do that.
All right.
Weller refuses. No, I'm just joking. Weller will do it.
Fair enough. Weller, give me an
So-
investigation check with guidance.
And I'd like to help him.
Are you proficient with investigation?
Yes.
Then Weller, give me an investigation advantage with guidance.
I don't have guidance on my sheet.
Roll a random d4.
You said investigation?
Yes,
I thought
please.
it was baked
Roger
in.
that. There's the advantage.
I thought it was baked.
There's the D4. Oh, look at that sucker spin.
It spun like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
For a total of 26 with a natural 20. Looking over these, you instantly know. Without even, like, it just takes you a glance looking over this stuff, figuring out all of the damage that's been done to this room. Looks relatively recent. No tracks of any kind as a small layer of dust settling everywhere except for where you guys have stepped.
Can I take a look at the ceiling?
Ceiling goes 15 feet up. Looks to
Uh-huh.
be almost identical to the floor in here. It looks kind of like almost like a sun burst from this small, short pedestal at the north side.
So we haven't seen any tracks or anything that would suggest that something would have left.
No tracks. Nothing in here.
I would say to the rest of the party, share my findings and tell them be on guard. It appears the damage has been done recently and we haven't seen any tracks that have left. So whatever caused that damage may very well still be here in this tomb.
Are these doors also made of the stone and bronze?
Yes. Got a thick patina on them. That kind of, is that what it's called? The oxidization.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
very good word. Since there's been a layer of dust everywhere, check the floor around the doors and see if it appears as if these doors have been slid open anytime recently.
Yeah, give me a survival check. It's kind of more or less tracking. 15. No. The dust remains pretty evenly spread throughout the tomb.
Well, considering where we are, whatever did this could have used the walls as its mode of transport.
Is there any kind of writing or anything on this pedestal to the north?
Looks like it has some weird, I don't want to say arcane because that implies that it's wizardly magic, but I would say these kind of weird sigils on them that don't look like anything you've seen before. Any of you. There's these kind of like weird bubble-like forms, and like on the ground in front of the pedestal does look to kind of have this like almost sunbeam effect, like, or like it kind of looks like a sun, like a sunburst, at least half of one.
Oh,
I guess the question is which door?
Always about to ask that because I got two choices.
Is it possible to listen at one of the doors and see if we hear anything on the other side?
Yeah, which door are you listening at?
I'm gonna go south door.
Do the doors have peepholes?
They do not. They are made of thick stone. But give me a perception check as you listen at the door, Malakar. All right, giving a good listen, trying to find the kind of crack where the door would open. It dead silent.
Just gonna turn back towards the group and just can't hear anything.
It's a tomb. Were you expecting to hear anything?
You'd never.
We did
know.
hear a voice.
I mean, there's two people that heard a voice. For all we know, it's the Underdark playing tricks on those two people.
I
I would say.
guess.
Oh, you go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
I'll call out and say hello.
As you say hello, there is no response. But what's weird here, Rincewind, there's this ominous feeling of like when you pulled that stone out of the giant. Gives you a similar feeling to that.
Mm,
Well,
Kind of like
see how long
Fazbear's
does to 10 minutes. Okay, I've been kind of saving this, but well, what do you think, Malkar? Do you want to try that south door? I mean,
it's-
we're in a
it's a-
tomb. You would imagine some of these would be locked at some point, right? Why are none of these doors locked?
Did seem
Maybe.
fairly easy to get in here.
maybe they once were.
It's a 50-50 shot. Either way we go, either south or east.
All right.
Can I use Divine Sense to see if there's any?
You would know Divine Sense doesn't sense things behind cover.
Okay, never mind then. Because that would just be in the immediate area we're in, right?
So it would sense things in the room,
Okay.
essentially.
So I say we just pick a door and
Hey,
Go
you're
for
already
it.
closer to that one. Let's give it a shot.
all right. So gonna try to open this south door then.
All right. Opening up the south door reveals. Here's a funny thing.
Jesus.
We're all dead.
Like that.
It reveals Jesus. What?
What a
Another.
crossover.
We found him.
It reveals another door.
Another door.
Somebody go check the other door. See if that one reveals another door.
It's just a door with doors in it.
No, no.
Um,
Kinda
There we go.
The infinite.
Pimp my door.
What kind of Willy Wonka shit is this?
Doorception over here. Do we just pull this next door open?
Weller's gonna walk over and I want to check the other door because I feel like a door
When you say
protecting another door.
when you say check, what do you mean check? Like just opening or listening or looking and investigating?
Well, yeah, I'll look and investigate first.
All right, give me an investigation check.
Where's my cadre of guidance? Everybody was jumping at.
He's too fast.
Weller's apparently a very good investigator.
Detective Weller.
Looking over this door, you see nothing wrong with it. Seems like it hasn't been opened in a long time, but it looks easy enough to open. Nothing untoward with what you see.
It's a touch spell, by the way.
It is.
Yeah, fuck it. Open the door.
All right. As you open the door,
Yeah.
you would see in here. I was looking at the other room. You guys were like, we're gonna open the other door. So you would see 4 stone sarcophagi within, resting in each corner within. A lid of each sarcophagus bears the sculpted image of a robed human figure in repose.
I'd call out to Malakar and let him know that we had another room.
I will then close this door that I am at
Awesome.
and move up
All right.
to see what's going on over there.
Yeah, I just feel like if there's something that, granted, if there's something you want to protect, you put it behind a couple doors. But also, if there's something you want to keep from getting out, maybe you put it behind a couple doors as well.
I'm going to rub my eyes and say "see" and cast Detect Magic.
Roll me a percentile.
Oh boy.
Oh, Jesus. That didn't go well last time.
No, did not go well last time at all.
As you say, see, you do detect magic, at least on each other. Oof.
That wasn't a good sound. I mean,
The
just
room explodes into lightning.
We all die.
EPK.
Hey, that would be. That
You
would be
have the
fine.
ability to cast Magic Missile as a 5th level spell. Right now.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Right now,
Only right now.
Right now.
I declined to cast that spell.
As you say, try to give yourself this vision to see this magic, your hand alights with a rainbow of colors as it just fizzles in your hand for a moment, feeling that you can shoot this magic at a creature you can see. It just dissipates.
And that would have been baller in a fight.
Yeah.
That's what?
Look at just a few minutes ago.
4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
7 missiles.
Instead of
That
us
would've been-
taking,
Dude.
7 damage.
Yep.
That's a good one. But you
I
have
knew that
detect
one
magic.
I
on.
had.
Okay.
You would
Raise.
not notice any magic around. Actually, action aura. 1 foot of stone. You would notice a faint aura of necromantic magic within this room.
Okay. Let's see.
Let's just go in the room.
Yeah. I'm just.
Who wants to check for traps?
Yeah. We'll go in. I don't want to mess with these sarcophaguses unless everybody gives them a good once over. Because, I mean, there's necromantic magic in there all announced. So that usually tends to be something that's not great. So, no touchy, just looky right now.
What do you mean? Necromantic magic is fine.
I'll step just in the entrance and just take a look around.
Stepping into the entrance, looking around, you would see that there are 4 sarcophagi in here. you would see what looks to be a kind of canopic jar in the corner as well. Or no, that's a torch. I'm sorry. Another one of those sconces. Entering in here. Yeah.
Does the detection does it get any stronger as I enter the room?
Definitely something in this room.
Okay.
Should we open those sarcophagus or?
No.
Are you scared?
No. Yes, man. Look, you were jumpy about a voice. I'm more jumpy about something that literally might have something in there that could.
I wasn't jumpy about a voice. I said that it was not that it couldn't be a ghost. I wasn't jumpy about a voice.
Well, okay, you're right. I stand corrected. I, however, am jumpy about the sarcophagi. I will fully admit that. So I want to take a look at him before we go off half-cocked and just open him up.
Ooh,
Yeah. Do you do the fingers again? Nice. All right, everybody take one in. Let's inspect them. No touching, as of yet.
I'll cast guidance on myself if
I will cast
checking
guidance on
around this
myself
one
as well.
All
Yeah,
right.
I will cast guidance on myself.
Treat it like prom night. Leave room for Jesus.
So everybody give me a perception check, looking them over.
Odd performance.
Oh, it was going to happen eventually. Luck had to run out.
Dice are awful fast.
so.
Ooh, heck man. Dusk is
No.
grooming himself.
All right.
And
Oddly
I
enough,
get a
Fungi,
D4 on that.
you notice something very odd about your little sarcophagi there. As the rest of you, they seem like normal sarcophagi. Why is everyone rolling a d4? Only Fungi gets the d4.
I call blessed myself
Yeah,
Bless-
We don't get to-
cast
bless
guidance
only-
on myself.
for guidance,
Okay,
or we
that's
don't
fair.
get to give guidance on ourselves.
You can cast guidance on yourself, yes.
Okay.
I didn't hear
Yeah.
you guys say you're casting guidance.
He said it about the same time that Chris did.
I might have been. half
Yeah,
reading
we
at the
all
same
kind
time.
of.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
You're good. But Fungi is still going to be the only one who notices anything. As you all are looking over at the sarcophagi, they seem like ordinary sarcophagi. But Fungi, you would notice something very interesting. The sarcophagus in the northeast corner looks like it's built on hidden stone rollers and can be moved aside probably.
Hey guys, come look at this. Look at these things. There's like wheels or something under here.
Should you move it?
Take a step over.
I didn't touch anything.
As you would notice a little depression underneath the sarcophagus, and it's just barely kind of lifted up where you could probably roll it up and onto like the south of it to push it south.
This would be so cool if it was like one of those puzzles where you had to move them around in order for one to escape.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Well,
Just
let's
spend the
move it
rest
before
of
he
the
thinks
night.
of it.
Yeah.
How big is the opening, we think? Just like
You think you could probably slide the whole sarcophagus?
I wonder if I should transform into something tiny and see if I look through it before we try and move this thing.
So it's not so much an opening, just that it can be rolled.
Gotcha.
The opening is covered by the sarcophagus.
Should we move this thing, guys?
Malachar, do it.
Yeah, I'll
Just roll it.
I'll try to move it.
All right. give me-
Does that sarcophagus give off any of the magic that, like, could it be magically trapped to go off if it's? I mean, I don't know if that's how detect magic
I would
works.
say the necromantic magic would be kind of like it's been ever present in this room. But nothing really changes when you look at one sarcophagus or the other, or like, you know.
Okay.
But Malakar goes to move the sarcophagus. And
I'm just gonna have my staff kind of ready. Anything poking up.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and say, Zerthamon guide you, and I'll cast guidance on him.
As you cast guidance on him, Malakar,
Because I imagine there's going to be a strength check.
as you go to touch the sarcophagus,
Oh shit.
4 spectral figures arise out of each sarcophagus, screaming this kind of spectral breathing in, almost just this as this just like white outline of 4 robed humanoids start reaching out towards each of you. And we're gonna roll some initiative.
Yay.
Those
Yeah.
those guys look like how I'm going to feel when I go to work tomorrow morning in about, after about 5 minutes.
And tell you what, as we roll initiative, this will be a good spot for us to take our little 5-10 minute break here. And we'll pick up here at about 10 till, if that works.
Yeah.
So
Alrighty.
Twitch will be back here at about 10 till.
Sounds good.
And we'll see y'all in a few.
All right.
Sounds good. What D&D is notorious for.
Notorious
Yeah.
for no
No
choices.
choices.
No.
But we are back, folks, with no choice but to see how this combat turns out. As last we left, our group was delving into this tomb with languages unknown and apparently pretty freaking old. But finding a hidden kind of rolling sarcophagi, trying to move it, these 4 spirits emerge from each of them, kind of breathing unlife into themselves. They lunge out at you all, as that's where we're going to pick up, with these guys rolling first, unfortunately. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Gets the ball rolling. As Malakar, you being the one that actually touched this sarcophagi, it will
God damn it,
launch out
Malakar.
towards you, trying to grab a hold of you. This ghostly being that's just this kind of like outline of a robed figure with hair stretched out, and it's just lines essentially. But it's going to try to use its attack on you, getting a 13 to hit.
That's a big old miss.
All right. The other one will reach out for Rincewind because you're there. Getting a 13 as well.
That misses.
And Weller getting the short end of the stick here.
As per usual.
As everyone was kind of going to investigate the other one, Weller kind of sticking back. Behind you, two of these creatures lunge towards you. Getting a 19 and a 24.
Crazy that they both hit.
I know, right?
Man, what are the odds?
As Weller, I need you to give me 2 Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
Fair warning, one of them did get a critical hit. All right, this is positive. I want you to think about this in a positive way.
Oh, this is one of those character building moments?
So you do take 25 points. I'm sorry. 35 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. I'm failing to see the positive so far.
The positive is that you passed the Constitution saving throw. So the worst part of that effect does not happen. And I'll tell you the worst part of the effect right now. Is your hit point maximum isn't reduced by 35 hit points.
That would be good. That is good.
Because then your hit point maximum would be -4.
-4, yeah.
So, just so we're clear, this is a positive moment as Weller falls unconscious.
You say positive, I say could be worse.
That's a total win in my book.
It is.
But as Weller, you kind of turn around and they kind of lunge towards you, hands sticking into your chest and your back, your shoulders, and it is not a good sight as you all would see this kind of energy pour into these specters. Malakar, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Weller just got fucked up.
Yeah, he did. I am going to just say fuck it and Divine Smite on this one in front of me.
All right.
So I just do a regular attack and just
give me an
check
attack
Divine
and check off Divine Smite. If you hit, you'll use the Divine Smite. If you don't use your Divine Smite.
Right. Okay. So longsword.
That will hit. Swinging your longsword out.
And now with Divine Smite checked, I just roll damage like
Just
normal,
roll
right?
damage like normal, clicking longsword
Okay.
in the chat window. For a total of 11 slashing, which the sword itself doesn't seem to do as much as you were hoping. But that radiant damage, I tell you what, it does exactly what you were hoping for 8 points of radiant damage as this creature kind of starts to swirl with this radiant light that exudes from your sword. That did a gnarly damage to it.
Question: does his divine smite
Does
get an
not.
extra D8
It does.
for it being
does.
undead?
You are absolutely correct. Roll me another D8, Malakar. Thank
Oh.
you. I thought you were going to say, does it trigger something else? We'll get to that later. For 5 additional damage. You know what? For remembering the rules of someone else's abilities, I'll give you inspiration
Oh,
Thanks.
in a helpful manner. Just to know, you'll get similar inspiration when you remind me of rules too, that are detrimental to your party. But we'll give Dusk inspiration. Anything else for Malachar as you swing out?
At this moment in time, no.
All right. Seemingly nearly devastating, this swirling line drawing of a person. The lines seem to start fading as it's barely there. That'll take us to Fungi.
Weller is unconscious or just plain fucked?
It's hard to tell. He looks plain fucked.
There's heard it both ways.
Yeah. You kind of look over and you would see those two ghostly beings withdrawing their hands from his limp body.
Well, if I did cure wounds, am I just spinning my wheels?
There's one way to find out. You have no idea at the moment.
All right. Hope you're still alive for this one. Okay, so I'm gonna move right next to him.
All right. As you move away, this creature will take an attack of opportunity against you.
All right.
Good thing it doesn't have an advantage. Getting a 20 to hit.
That hits.
As for anyone reading the chat, we're ignoring because it's set on automatically rolling with advantage. Ignoring the second part of that damage, as you take 13 points necrotic damage.
Shit.
And I need a Constitution save.
That's gonna knock me unconscious.
You do still have your temporary hit points from your...
No, I don't. That was only last 10 minutes.
Fair enough. As Fungi goes down, trying to run towards Weller. Do you have an ability about being knocked unconscious as what you are?
I don't know if I have something that
I think you have advantage on death saves, maybe.
Do I have
something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have advantage on death saves. Do I have anything that keeps me? Actually, wait. Do I have something that keeps me up and running?
I might be confusing it with the shadow.
Are
sorcerer.
you an orc mushroom?
No.
No, I'm confusing it with the shadow sorcerer ability. So, yeah, Fungi, you go down. That sucks.
Come on in. The water's fine.
That sucks about the temporary hit points. That's the one temporary hit point thing I can think of that says it only lasts X amount of time.
Yeah. Well, because it's meant to.
Both.
It's meant to.
Or something.
I would get. It takes place in my wild shape.
Right.
My wild shape would last an hour. But I would get like a chance to redo it at each short rest.
How long does the spore stuff last?
The whole feature is only 10 minutes.
Okay, gotcha.
Symbiotic energy is only 10 minutes.
Fair enough.
Or until the temporary hit point, or if the temporary hit points go down early.
Gotcha.
It takes it out.
And when it ends, the temporary hit points are gone too.
Correct.
All right.
Double checking, make sure. I'm gonna make sure.
Double check to make sure. While you're checking, give me a Constitution save.
An 8, but hold on. Can I use? Oh my god! Scroll down. I don't like having my mouse. Not having my mouse. That's only for an ability check. I can't use it for a saving throw.
I would say you would still have the temporary hit points, because... Oh, no. And yeah. I would say you would lose... You would still have the temporary hit points. Because the way it's worded, the benefits last for 10 minutes. Or until you lose your temporary hit points, or you use your wild shape again. But... It doesn't specifically say the temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Nothing else says that. I would say you would still have those temporary hit points.
Oh, okay. I won't say no to that.
But I will say your
That
maximum
would
hit
mean-
points are reduced by 13.
Okay, hold on.
I'm going to make a note of it real quick. So don't worry about
And
marking it
me.
off on your character.
Yeah. And once I mark myself, just mark myself as successes at my death throws here because I'm.
Yeah, you're
Jesus Christ, you stupid thing.
So you have 12 temporary hit points, so those would have gone first, so you would be at 9 hit points.
9, yeah, remember I'm at 9
So you
for
do,
right now.
you do get away, but your max hit points are reduced
Okay.
by 13, which won't affect your current hit points. So there we go.
Alright, well,
You get over to Weller.
yeah. I'll get his butt back up, if possible, and give him cure wounds. That's well, right now, dude. I'm gonna be cautious here. I'm gonna do it at first level.
All right.
And
Dang. Weller, you get 13 hit points. Now, you're not technically at -10, you're just at 0. But as you breathe life into Weller, roll me a percentile. D100 if you will.
Going hard on the percentiles tonight.
I
don't like this.
It's random. Oh, a 62.
I didn't like the sound of that.
No.
No. Some of these are just super silly. Anytime you talk for the next little while, you have to yell fungi.
I mean, I basically do that anyway.
He has to yell fungi?
He has
or
to-
he has to
yell,
comma
yeah.
fungi.
He has
Yeah.
to yell, comma fungi.
Okay.
Any word you speak has to be yelled. There is no whisper.
Fair enough.
I want to actually hear you yell. I want your neighboring hotel rooms to
Yep.
call the front
They're
desk.
looking at this whole thing.
They're gonna call the front desk.
I mean, I could hear every person walk down this hallway.
No,
What
I was-
are we gonna do with the body?
Be
Are we
hilarious.
gonna loot it?
I think
Um,
he's dead.
Take all their money.
I want to loot the corpse.
Yeah. But anything
And then-
else for fungi?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat one of my
It is an
magic,
action.
my good mushrooms.
It's
Is that? Oh,
It's
that's
an
not
action to
the,
eat
that's
the
not like.
mushroom.
Oh, I thought like eating like potion stuff for bonus actions.
If the ability didn't state it takes an action to eat it, or they eat it
Yeah.
as an
Oh,
action.
it does say that.
That
Yeah,
is-
yeah.
That is one of the downsides of the house rules.
That's silly.
Potions being bonus
It's
action.
very chewy.
But it makes sense because you have to chew it and eat it, so it's it takes an action.
You ever swung something without just chewing? Can't swing an axe without
Nah,
chewing gum.
no, you'll choke. Trust me, I've
All
tried.
right, fine. Then I won't.
All right,
All right. Well, that's it for me.
that'll take us to Casmus.
I'll try and I'll just blast on the creature right by Malachor.
All right. 22 will hit it. For 14 force damage, as its form just swirls and wisps and just disappears as this bolt of energy seems to shoot past it as it disappears. And seemingly gone from this life or unlife that it was, your bolt just kind of hits the wall as it tears up the remnants of what remained of that specter. Anything else for Casmus?
Yeah, I'll just back up just a little bit, get away from the other ones.
All right,
That'll be it.
taking us to Thunder at Dusk.
What's gonna?
It's gonna scooch on up.
Yeah, I was gonna evac Weller, but
Seeing the occasional mushroom grow on him after being touched by fungi.
I'm not the best on points myself right now. All right, he'll move up and he'll strike out at this guy next to him with his spear.
All right.
You know what I just realized? What?
I have no idea.
Why haven't I been using my spear two-handed?
I don't know.
I'm going to look into that in for a second, but let's just
Okay.
do.
some
Let's just do
personal
that.
reflection.
Yeah,
there,
because
there might be a thing where monks, because you need an extra hand to attack unarmed,
yeah,
technically.
that's what I want to look
I
at.
think
but
that's what it is, yeah.
technically, a spear though counts as a monk weapon.
Right.
But I think anyway, 16.
16 will hit. As it kind of nicks the lines of this creature's essential drawing, it doesn't seem to have as much effect as you were hoping.
Then I will spend a key point and do flurry of blows.
All right.
Oh no.
9 is going to be a miss, trying to strike quickly. Its form wisps to the side, evading your attack.
And then I will thump myself on the chest and give myself 8 points.
That is going to be a miss as well.
Oh, well, I meant hand of healing on
I
myself.
know, I'm messing with you. I'm just, yeah.
Right.
I was making
He
fun.
said it so serious.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
You can't
There's this
even
thing
hit
about
it.
the tone of my voice, which I have a hard time changing. But yes, you get yourself for 8 points of healing. Anything else for Dusk?
Nope.
All right. That's going to take us to Rince Wind.
All right. I am going to reach out my palm and cast Thorn Whip at this guy right here.
All right.
I'd be help if I were on the right page there. Sorry.
You good?
As in my spells. There we go.
As a
Oh
dark,
yes.
viney whip lashes out and just kind of clear miss. You hit your hand kind of as you're whipping it up hits the sarcophagus in front of you, and you just kind of jam all your fingers into it.
Ouch. And
That hurts.
You know, like a toe at the bed frame.
Or like dribbling a basketball.
Oh.
Jam your finger.
Oh.
that
Yeah.
hurts.
Oh, I haven't done that in years. I
I love how everyone like had
Yeah.
a visceral reaction. It's
Yeah.
like, oh god, yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh man, I don't know if I want to do this right now. I'm gonna end my turn.
All right. I'll take us to Weller. Seeing fungi above you for a moment, and then dust kind of coming to the side and whacking at this one to your left. You're on the ground. What are you doing?
I am going to stand up and take an attack against that gentleman.
All right.
I got a feeling, but let's go ahead and try it.
Good old Glave Glove. 17 will hit.
Fantastic. And let's go ahead and do some damage. Make sure I get everything set back to normal.
For 10 points of slashing as you slash out with your glaive. It doesn't seem to affect this as much as you would have imagined from a real creature standpoint.
That's kind of what I was figuring. I'm gonna go ahead
It did hurt a
and
little bit.
I'm gonna go ahead and action surge.
Action surging away. Going in for
And
another attack.
Yeah, let me take the Glave Attaque again.
With a 21A, will hit. For 13. Once again, hitting it, just kind of like seems to kind of phase in and out, avoiding the brunt of the attack, but still doing damage to it. It doesn't look as healthy as it did a moment ago. Anything else for Weller?
Really gonna be anything that puts me in an auspicious position.
There's nowhere good to go.
Yeah. I will. No. I'm good.
All right. It's going to take us to the Spectres. One of them is going to lash out at Rincewind. Just this kind of like, just breathing. You can see their mouths moving, but it doesn't make any noise other than this kind of wind howling through them as they try to reach out to touch Rincewind, Dusk, and Weller. One at each of you guys. Rincewind got a 7.
Oof, that's a miss.
As it just kind of reaches out, you kind of just back away from it easily enough.
We're battling for last place over in this corner.
Yep. Dusk got an 8 to hit.
Nope.
As your kung fu is stronger than its in this moment, as it does not know kung fu, as it knows how to just reach out. And Weller got a 12 to hit.
That is gonna be a miss. And is that a melee attack?
It is a melee attack.
I'd love to expend a superiority die and do riposte.
All right.
There you go.
Getting a nat 20 as it kind of lunges towards you, you dodge to the side and just kind of swipe with your glaive. Getting one heck of a, well, here's the good news. Because of Great Weapon Master, I believe you can re-roll that 1.
Mm-hmm.
So roll me another D10. All right.
Turn a 1.
Turning it to a 13 points of damage. Again, doesn't affect it as much as you were hoping, but nearly knocks it to the ground as it just hovers to the ground. Its body kind of forced down and almost knocks it over as it swoops up and leers towards you. That'll take us to Malachar. You may or might not.
Now,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, I was. Now, would Malachar notice through all this fighting that melee does not do well against these?
You've noticed the weapon attacks don't seem to be doing as much as you were hoping. When you smited, it seemed to do substantial damage. And when Casmus flung his magic, it seemed to do pretty decent damage. So, yes, in a sense.
Gotcha.
Seemed like magic does good.
Because then I will, on this one up here in the top corner,
Mm-hmm.
I will, where's it at? Cast Sacred Flame on it.
All right. Give you a big dexterity save. It got a big 4. Just go and roll me that Sacred Flame. As it will take 6 points of radiant damage as the flame the kind of purplish flame that erupts around it just kind of burns and whittles away part of its like outline as it gets melted back a little bit from that. Anything else for Malachar?
I think I will take a step down this way, and that'll be it for me.
All right.
Steven,
Yes,
Jim
sir.
brought up a good point. Don't I get to add my superiority die to my damage?
Yes, you
Post.
do.
And does he get to double it because of the critical?
Yes, you do. Yes, you
I'm-
do.
Grasping for things right now. These things are nasty.
So yeah, roll
makes
me,
it look
roll me,
makes me look more impressive.
roll me 2d8. Fair enough. Doesn't quite finish it off, but it does do more damage to it. So yes, it does make you look more impressive.
Thank you for the reminder.
But anything else for? Well, that takes us to Fungi. That is where we're at.
All right. I'm going to do a proper wild shape
All right.
and turn into a giant lizard.
Big old lizard.
Of course, it's my action, so I'm not going to be able to attack in this turn, but
Oh boy.
it's supposed to be, I thought it's a medium.
Who do you want? No, it's a large.
Oh. Shoot.
I would say you can displace Rincewind if you want. If you want to stick him in the corner.
Is that okay with you, Rincewood? Otherwise, I got
Yeah,
it
I'm
back. I got it back. But between two, I thought these were both medium sized.
No, you're good.
Okay.
As you
Um,
no, Rincewind, you don't get to leave the area. You're still in melee with it.
Uh,
Thought I heard Rincewind say something about step on me, Daddy. That was weird as he moved.
As this mushroom-covered lizard takes the space of small little fungi.
yeah, that's it for my turn, though.
All right. Taking us to Casmus.
He's gonna move forward a little bit, and he's gonna try to cast a Eldritch Blast at the one right there.
All right, and that is the one that Weller has thoroughly wailed at. 17 will hit it. And barely any form left of it. You kind of stick this Eldritch Blast towards any kind of line left as it dissipates and the wind quiets down around the area. Anything else for
That'll be it.
Casmus? All right.
That'll be it.
Easy breezy, taking us to Thunder at the Dusk.
All right. We'll spear at my opponent again.
17 will hit. Once again, it's kind of whittling away at this creature.
Bonus action, unarmed strike.
All right. Give it a little kitty claw for 23 will definitely hit. For, once again, a little bit of damage towards it, just kind of like patting it as it kind of crunches the lining down.
I will hold position.
All right.
That's it.
Taking us to Rincewind.
I am going to disengage and scramble back over here. 'Cause I'm still holding concentration.
What are you concentrating on?
Detect magic.
Oh, that's right. Good point. Fair enough. As I would say your necromantic energies, 100% is on them.
Okay.
But anything else for Rincewind?
I am going to end my turn.
All right, Weller. Weller Baina.
Back to me already. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and take an old swingy swing at this guy down here.
All right, going for a classic.
Classic.
20 gonna hit.
20 gonna hit it.
dealing 7 points of slashing damage. Is that a 1 or a 2? No, that's a 3.
It's not, yeah.
For 7 points of slashing, just kind of nicks it a little bit. Death by 1,000 cuts with this guy down here.
Yeah, and I don't think moving is really going to be advantageous because I can't give flank. Well,
You could jump on top of the...
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah, you know what? Might as well. I'll use some movement and do that.
They're already out of the sarcophagus. Hey, what's the harm in jumping on him? As
Yeah.
you leap on the sarcophagus to kind of help out. And that'll take us to the ghosts. The ghost will... Yeah, it's gonna reach out towards this big old lizard. Getting a 13 to hit the lizard.
Let's see. Those are 12. That does hit.
Alright. As the lizard takes 9 points of necrotic damage. This is a weird one. I need a constitution saving throw. Because it's still the creature. Fungi, your hit point maximum is reduced by 9 further.
Is it mine or is it now?
It's
The lizards.
It's yours. It's the creature.
Because I go back to my health if I were to lose my
I know.
wild shape.
But as it's drawing this life from the lizard, it essentially affects you in a way. It's a weird thing. Like there's no. It's one of those things that they should probably. I bet there's something on it somewhere. We'll look into it further, but at the moment, I'm gonna say that it does affect fungi's hit points. But to the south here, gonna go for a roll for it because you guys each attacked. It's gonna go for thunder or dusk, whatever you want to call it. Boy, these advantage hits would have definitely gotten so many nat 20s. But 17 to hit thunder at dusk.
Does not hit.
All right. As it reaches out
Good.
toward you, seemingly distracted by Weller a little bit.
Good to be a monk.
Yeah. That will take us to Malakar. Who is muted, probably.
Muted.
Yep.
Damn it. All right. I am going to just come up here to this guy up here. Balloons? All right.
What the hell was that about?
Someone's sending him party messages.
And I will try to Divine Smite again.
All right, rolling out with the. Give me a long sword.
Tired of these fuckers.
A natural one as you try to start to imbue this light into your sword, and not fully imbuing it yet, but it kind of strikes maybe fear or perseverance of life, preservation of life, or unlife of this that this creature has. It dodges out of your attack.
Now, since I missed, does that count as a spell slot used?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like it doesn't. You don't necessarily even have to say you're gonna smite until you hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Which,
good to
which
know.
is fine to, like, you know, in your mind's eye of like how this works. Like Malakar, as he's swinging, starts to ignite that smite, but kind
Gotcha.
of doesn't follow through as you miss.
Yeah, what a lot of pallies do is wait and see if they get that nat 20.
Yeah.
That's what
Oh.
makes them. That's what makes them nasty.
Yeah. Anything else for Malachar, though?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right, taking us to fun guy, the big old lizard in the room.
I'm gonna hiss harsh at this one at the top left corner and then take a chomp at him.
All right, let's see that chomp.
Deal 10.
10 is going to be a miss. As trying to chomp onto his kind of unwieldy form in this smaller space, trying to climb on top of the sarcophagus. It just kind of floats up as you miss.
Alright. And that's gonna be it for my turn.
All right, taking us to Casmus.
Try and I'll just blast at this one right there, around the corner.
Eldritch blasting. And we'll have slight cover, not terrible, but you still hit it nonetheless. For 7 points of force damage as you kind of make a hole through its form as it kind of twists for a moment, but it's still up. Anything else for Casmus?
No, that'll be it.
Taking us to Dusk.
Stabby stab.
Stabby McStabberson gonna stab away. 24 gonna hit. As you stab into it, doing decent damage, it just kind of locks onto the end of your spear as it just kind of fades and fizzles out of existence.
Let's see. That is all.
All right, running around trying to get a good angle, taking us to Rincewind.
Let's see. I am going to pull my hand crossbow and fire at the specter in the corner.
All right.
Come on, old trusty.
It's gonna be a miss, unfortunately.
No. I don't really have a decent action. And I guess I'll end my turn right there too.
All right. Weller.
Well, old Weller.
Weller.
Can I exist under the form of that lizard and get in range of that guy in the corner?
Cannot exist under the form of the lizard. You can, however, essentially, quote unquote, mount the lizard. If it would take half of your movement, essentially. So it would take, you walk over to it and climb on top of it. Mounting a creature takes half movement, as does
Go
like
for
standing up. There's room in here. It is a 15-foot tall ceiling. The lizard is probably only like 7 or 8 feet tall.
Does that give me any kind of advantage on an attack other than making me look cool?
No,
Well, shit.
but it looks really cool.
Yeah.
For all those great artists who are gonna draw this scene, just drow
Yeah,
riding a
where's the
lizard
bard when we need
in
one?
a sarcophagus or in a
Tomb.
crypt tomb, yeah.
I mean,
But that would be
If
the
it
only way
gets-
to get close to him unless you were to move by dusk, which you could do. But then you,
I guess I-
wouldn't be on top of a lizard.
oh yeah. I don't know if I necessarily want to make myself a target being on top of the lizard, as badass as that would look. We can all agree. I think and I can still swing from this spot, right?
Or you can even swing
Just-
from here, technically.
Oh, okay.
I mean, with that mustache,
I can
Just
do
yell-
whatever I want. I'll just yell duck.
Right. Yeah.
Just yell duck. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
running behind
Please yell that
Malachar, getting ready to swing with your glaive, because it's definitely a swingy weapon instead of a pokey one. Definitely.
I
has to
will.
duck.
Will yell duck to him.
All right.
As I
And
swing
I will
the
duck.
As I would imagine, this lizard is just screaming here, because fungi is still under that effect. But with an 18 to hit, that will hit.
Fantastic. Okay, let's just. I don't have anything cool that's gonna help me.
Ooh.
Sometimes doing damage is cool enough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As you swing overhead, nicking the side of the spectral being. Still up. This is one that hasn't been damaged very much, aside from, I believe, a stray sacred flame. That's all that's hurt so far.
Yeah.
Anything else for Weller?
Nope. I think I have exhausted all my other things.
All right. That'll take us to the Spectre, who will go towards Malachar. Because Malachar, you were the one who activated this whole thing. It tries to reach out towards you, getting a 19 to hit.
That just does hit.
As Malachar, you take 8 points of necrotic damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
And Constitution.
Yes.
The 22. Nothing else negative happened. Just the regular necrotic damage. As it reaches out and just touches your shoulder, and you just feel that cold embrace. But that'll take us to your turn, Malachar.
I'm gonna take a swing at him.
All right, swing a swing. That's gonna be a hit.
And damage.
A big old 5 points of damage. As you're swinging and defending yourself as best you can. That kind of singe of necrotic energy still kind of lingering on you. Anything else for Malachar?
That's it.
All right. Taking us to the big old screaming lizard.
Yep, and I'm going to start giving it the best Godzilla scream as I take another chomp at its face.
That's gonna hit. I love how if you just glance at the where it says bite, it just looks like it says bitch. Yeah, that's what my mind read at first. It's like, oh, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Because the parentheses and the one, that'll definitely hit.
Let's see, that should crit, so I think that's just rolling a 1d8.
It should automatically roll it if you hit it in the.
Nah, but it didn't. Yes, he just dropped the 1d8.
I see.
Yeah.
And so roll it again. Roll another d8.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, that's that.
For
Don't think I get that +2 again.
9
So 9
points of
total.
damage. As it's seemingly resistant to it. But you do take a big old bite out of it, getting a wispy feeling in your lizard mouth.
And that'll
bite
do
off,
it for
bite
my
off
turn.
one of its legs. Why not?
Sure. Does it have legs to begin with?
Yeah, not really.
Oh, okay.
It's just wispy. But that'll take us to Casmus.
I'm gonna move right there. And he's gonna cast Eldritch Blast at the
All right. It will have
Last
a
one.
little bit of cover just because there's a giant lizard in the way. 13 will just miss. As you're not wanting to hit the lizard, it just kind of goes a little wide. To just barely miss.
I'm gonna move right there, and I'll be it.
Dusk.
Well, Dusk is annoyed he's not in its face. But that's
Jump on the
okay.
back.
Cat riding a lizard. Seen
Come on.
Stranger Things, right?
Yeah. Why not?
I don't
He
remember
will-
that in Stranger Things, man.
I mean,
He will,
Yes.
Wait till season 5.
Yeah.
yeah. Dusk
The lizard
will,
fights are gonna be great.
Dusk will politely bow to the lizard. And then jump up and spear at the specter.
All right, kind of climbing up to the lizard, you just swing down with your spear. That's going to be
Oh,
a
I'm not
hit.
flanking anymore.
You are not flanking anymore, but a 19 will hit. For 9 points of damage. As the last one of these spirits dissipates and is no
my
more.
God.
The air in the tomb seems to fall silent once again. Leaving you in the space. With a screaming giant lizard in here.
Can I feel the necrotic
No,
magic anymore?
no necrotic energy. Actually, it would still be lingering faintly. Sorry. So yes, barely.
Should we continue pulling that sarcophagus?
Yes.
Yeah, why
I
not?
vote we leave.
You scared?
I mean, I died basically at the first sign of combat.
Go stand by the door this time.
No, we're here. Let's do it.
Might as well.
All right.
But yeah, there are these 4 sarcophagus. One of them you do know is on wheels, kind of. Or
Can we-
rails.
So can we roll?
Can we
it?
double check the other ones to see if any of the other ones are on rails as well, now that we know that this one is?
You absolutely can. Going and checking each of them, only the one is on rails. And it just happened to be
Okay.
the northeast one.
Okay. Sweet. Good job. Fun guy. I think. I mean,
Yeah.
Weller did die, so there's that.
As this lizard
He
screams
came
at
back.
Didn't
But
die,
still,
no.
good job. I don't know. Malachar, do you want to throw
Yeah,
your back into that?
I'll try to move it.
you. All right, give me an athletics check.
I'll
Can
Oh,
I
never mind.
assist him?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I would say there's enough of you guys there that you can roll with advantage.
Just don't throw your back out.
So you can roll again if you'd like, Malachar.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't click the advantage first. Athletics.
It was meant to be.
Same thing.
14 is good enough to roll the sarcophagus to the side, and it would reveal.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh boy.
I don't like some of that.
No, I said oh boy because it's like, oh, where did it go? A 4-foot square hole in the floor.
How terrible.
Leading down.
Can we see into it? Can we see anything in there?
You would see maybe 15, 20 feet down, floor similar to the one that you're standing on.
Weller, do you want to throw some dancing lights down there?
Absolutely. I've been dying to use that.
All right. throw
And
a
then-
few stray lights down below, and it illuminates briefly. Let me double check where the hole is. Who's looking down the hole? Weller, with your elven
Since I
eyes,
just cast that down there.
Yeah, give me a
My elven
perception.
eyes.
Give me a perception check, Weller.
My eyes, my special eyes.
Got those Betty Davis eyes.
All right, you don't notice anything else down there besides the floor. It seems to be like kind of in the corner of whatever room it's in.
They toss a rope and see what's down there.
Can I sense anything coming from the hole?
No.
So who's going first?
I'll go.
I mean,
What? How long is the drop? Did you say?
It's
Like
20
20
feet.
feet.
20 feet down.
I'll go.
got plenty of rope.
I've got. Oh,
You
I
lower
can't say
rope,
that
and what
out
are you
loud.
attaching it to?
Can we attach it to the sarcophagus across from us?
I'd say
Somehow?
sure enough. Yeah, easy enough to do. And Rincewind heads down first.
and as soon as I get down, I'll bare my shield and start looking.
All right, as you head down, you would see this area, the walls on this smaller space, similar in size to the area you were just in. Walls have murals decorated with rich pigments, inlays of semi-precious stones. You would see a gold-gilded sarcophagus stand atop a stone kind of platform. And yeah, I'll bring you down there. As the hole up above you is right there.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, move my.
Caspus gonna go down the rope next.
Yeah, I'm gonna holler down. It looks clear. Come on down. And I'll make
you would
room.
note down here there would be, oddly enough, no sign of magic in here.
Okay.
But one by one, as you head down, the lizard can't fit through this hole.
I'm gonna stay up here and let people call for me to come down.
Okay. Everyone else heading down?
Yep.
All right. One by one, as you enter this chamber. Nope.
Of secrets?
Quite possibly.
No, the lizard's outside it.
Yeah. You would all witness this honestly very elaborate room in here. Just like with the walls and kind of shimmering light, especially with the dancing lights about the space. And one by one, as you get down here, Rincewind, you would now start to feel a faint necromantic energy come from the tome.
Similar to what I felt before.
Yeah. In fact, and then you would hear a voice call out. Your deaths will free me from this prison. You could even serve me. As a darker form arises from this tome.
Nope. Pack it up, boys. Pack it up.
And
back up.
Enough, we're going straight into initiative again.
God damn it. Why does nothing want to talk down here?
I know, right?
Everything just wants to kill.
There's reasons.
Steven's running a campaign of murder hobos. We're not the murder hobos.
No, we're not the murder hobos at all.
I hate that this part of this adventure is like, just kill everything. But not. I mean, there are certain aspects that are not going to be quite as murderous.
Just the ones we haven't found yet.
Just the ones you haven't found yet.
Exactly.
And
Is this because we didn't bring mayonnaise?
I think it's got to be.
I think it is.
It's got to be. I told you I was going to use that oil, not for crossing spiderwebs, but for
Yeah.
mayonnaise.
And fungi, you can roll initiative as well.
I don't think it's been said yet, but this place fucking sucks.
Yeah, I was saving it, but now it does feel like an appropriate time. It fucking sucks down here.
Very nice. Well, you guys all go before this thing, so
Dog pile.
So we just have to kill it in one round.
Or in my
Yeah.
case,
What are you doing?
cat pile.
Crying.
Man, I guess I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
All right.
Oh no, I don't have Guiding Bolt. I'm sorry. I do not have that. I'm gonna have to go with Fairy Fire. I'm going to
Very interesting.
and I'm going to just get him in it, the 20-foot area. I just want to capture, like, is that possible? Or is it because if the room is too small, I can't do that?
Nope, I started drawing. I didn't mean to draw. I meant to measure. Measuring tool, not draw tool. Yeah, it depends on where the center is. Like, you can aim the center somewhere. So as long as the center is within the space. It's a 20-foot cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So if I were to
center-
aim the center right there in the
Yeah.
corner,
Yeah, then it would just get that.
okay.
You can easily do that. But while you do that, roll me a percentile. As they roll a dex save.
Why don't I go ahead and just roll you a
Definitely cut.
percentile while he's rolling the dex save?
Why am I standing next to him?
They got an 11 on their saving throw as they glisten with this arcane, odd energy about them. But with a 52, that's a good number.
For us or him?
That's pretty cool. A glistening shield hovers above you, Rincewind. You have +2 to your AC, and you have protection from magic missile. You have immunity from the magic missile spell.
That's great.
Mhm.
First, I
Very
could
nice.
fire it when I didn't want it, but now I have immunity from it when nobody has it. So,
Well, you don't know.
woohoo!
He may
As
have
far
it,
as
you
I
never
know, I mean,
Yeah. But yeah,
anyway, I am going to.
so you want
Is
to call
Fairy
out the
Fire
fun
a-
guy.
Yeah, that's an action. I am going to end my turn.
All right, taking us
Yeah.
to Weller.
I should.
Seeing lights come from the whole fungi, at the very least.
Oh, I was already unmuted. And I'm sorry, what does the red dot on it mean?
It is glowing.
Verify.
Means it's
Oh.
somehow seems easier. Make it purple. Easier to hit.
Okay. Yeah, the red looked a little ominous. I like the purple.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh. Everything sucks.
Do you want to get close?
No, I don't want to get close, but I don't. Really
You have a
range.
glove.
I
Yeah,
do.
You have a
a
range.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of range. Yeah, how close can I get to it with the glave?
I mean, you just have to be like within there, and you can hit it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. go there.
All right, taking a step down, a little bit close,
Yeah.
kind of like hurting, but
Just
ready.
Just reach.
All right, swing away, Meryl.
You do have advantage on the attack.
Fantastic. Let's do that.
21 will hit.
And this is a ghostly figure, I'm
It is a
assuming.
ghostly figure.
So my like trip attack's not really going to have any kind of effect on it. That looks pretty ghostly.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right, so we'll just roll straight damage. And I can re-roll that too.
It's kind of like this, but a little more feminine. Honestly, kind of reminds you of the figure you saw in those miniatures.
Fitting.
For 6 points of slashing doesn't seem to do.
Nope, re-rolling the
Reroll
2.
that. There you go. Yeah.
What is that, D8 or D10? I'm sorry.
Just re-hit Glaive again.
Oh, okay. That is the easiest way. You've told me that before. One day I'll listen to you.
Not doing as much as you were hoping, similar to the
Go
other,
figure.
other creatures
Yeah.
you were fighting. But you hit it easily enough. Kind of just swathing through the shadowy form. Anything else for Weller?
Just so we're not all in a line,
Yeah.
I'll move down here.
Eyes kind of follow your movement for this brief moment.
And that'll be it.
All right, Fungi, what are you doing? Nobody called out for you, but you do see lights coming from below.
I'm just gonna start by just poking my head in and just give my little yell. I don't know. I guess since I'm seeing all lights and stuff like that, they don't seem to fit. I'm gonna start as I'm moving down. I will revert back to my regular form as I then just slide down the rope.
All right. I'll say it won't cost you any movement or any extra movement. You'll have to step in front of Malakar, though.
And I will go straight to.
But that will be your. It will cost you your movement to go down the rope.
I get
If
you.
that makes sense.
I do. Yeah. And I will create and throw a fireball at him with the Priest Flame.
All right. Is leaving your wild shape a bonus action?
Bonus action. Yeah.
Okay, cool. 13 is going to be a hit.
Nope, that's the wrong one. Well, it's the same. Whatever, it's the same thing. Just fire instead of rock. Just rolled the wrong damage spell.
All right. For 2 points of fire damage. Doesn't seem to do a whole lot. Seems to do even less than you were thinking it would.
And that'll do it for my turn.
Taking us to Thunder.
Move down here. And spear.
All right.
It's still fairy fired, right?
Still fairy fired, so advantage. That fungi yours would have been an advantage too. Too late to do
Oh,
warriors,
yeah.
but yes. 17 will hit. Good thing for that fairy fire. Stabbing into this wispy, dark, more fully formed than the creatures you saw previously. It does hit. Does do a little bit of damage.
Bonus action, unarmed strike.
All right.
Lashed at it.
Give it a little kitty claw attack. 16 will hit. All right, just kind of slashing and just taking a little bit of shadow with your claw attack.
And that is it.
All right, taking us to Malakar.
All right. I will move to this side of him.
All right. It's a her.
Her. So does that give me flanking?
Gives you flanking, and you are at advantage because of the fairy fire.
Right. So I will take a swing at it.
All right.
At her.
It's hard to tell when there's just bone kind of form left. 24 will hit.
And let's do some damage.
All right. For 10 points of slashing damage as you guys are hacking away at this spectral being. Just kind of darkness just kind of creeps along as you tear bits of it off.
And that'll be it for me.
Taking us to Casmus.
Alright, gonna try and I'll just blast at it.
Classic Casmus. 26 will hit.
And
For 13 points of force damage. As that seemed to do a real number on it.
that'll be it for Cosmos.
Alright. Kind of ignoring the two people at her side. Her eyes dart between Rincewind and
Weller.
Casmus. As she
Hey man, he doesn't need any help.
leaves the side of both of you guys. You do get attack of opportunity. And darts towards Casmus. So Malachar
Would-
and Dusk would each get attacks of opportunity.
Would that be still flanking?
Sure, why not? She doesn't care.
Makes sense either way.
It is still an
It's
advantage.
still an advantage.
Yeah.
It's still an advantage, yeah.
So Malachar, you can roll again.
Okay. Awesome. Longsword.
As that will hit. Five more. As you cleave into her, she almost turns towards you, but continues her path straight towards Casmus. As she reaches out towards you, Casmus. Getting a 20 to hit.
It hits. I'll use Elish what is it, Elish Rebuke or the Elish Rebuke.
Alright. Roll me a percentile. And roll me a constitution save. As you take 25 points of necrotic damage.
Holy hell.
That's a good thing, because you don't want your hit point maximum reduced by 25.
19 sounds like 25.
With a big 89 on the roll. Yeah, you took 25 points of damage. As you guys would see Casmus just pop out of existence. As Casmus, you're invisible.
Okay. But they get damage from the or not from the Elish Rebuke.
They need to make a dex
Yeah,
save. You got a 20, but go and roll me your hellish rebuke.
So it's a 2 to 10.
Nice.
It seems they are resistant to this, so they will take half of that and then half for passing. So you take 3 from this, seemingly having almost no effect on them at all. And voice kind of booms out, "That's one down," and turns towards Rincewind.
That's one down.
It was 25 points of damage also.
Yeah, but I had a 8 points from the spectator. I dipper points, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, just let me know whenever you that does
Yeah.
happen. I got you. I forget that you have that feature. 'Cause Pact of the Fiend. But turning her vision away from Casmus, because Casmus is no longer there, apparently to anyone in the room, turns towards Rincewind, smiles, and a voice would call out to... let me double check. Yeah. All of you would hear a voice. In the sarcophagus! I can help you! Seemingly that would be the voice that both Dusk and Fungi heard previously. Calling out for in the sarcophagus, I can help you. Rincewind, what are you doing?
I am disengaging
All right.
and moving down here because I want everybody to get that free hit in action. And
Her eyes dart
am
towards you.
I'm gonna say pile it on and end my turn.
All right, that'll take us to Weller.
Oh man, I really want to open this sarcophagus, but I don't want to sacrifice an attack, so I will
Alright.
leave that up to some of the other guys.
Well, opening the
And-
sarcophagus would be an action, and then
Right.
someone else could, after you, take whatever's in it. Or maybe release whatever's in it. You don't know.
Don't
Now-
know.
The
I'm just throwing options out there.
Rinse windows. I'm weak to temptation.
Okay.
I'll go ahead. I'll
So
move
say we
up
all.
and we'll take a swing at the
what's
with the old glave.
It's like, how could it get worse? Just open it.
Oh, don't say that. Don't ever say that. At least not on my turn.
There's one way to find out.
I will spend a superiority die for precision attack.
All right. Roll a d8 and add that to your 10. That's going to be a hit.
18.
Add a
Fantastic.
pepper.
As you
Nice.
kind of look like you're going to miss, you kind of turn around and quickly swing the other way.
Get the old backswing in there.
Mhm.
Nice.
Woo!
For a decent amount of damage, but not as much as it
We
should.
know.
That's
I don't
fair.
have many options, man.
It is resistant to everything. Almost everything. Anything else for Weller?
I already used one for riposte. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm being honest and I have the right amount.
I appreciate that.
That is going to... Yeah, because I don't want to make my way over to sarcophagus and get in the way of those guys. So yeah, that'll be it. I'll just kind of hold my ground for now.
All right, that'll take us to Fungi.
Gonna try a different approach here, and I'm gonna cast blindness on it.
Interesting.
And she's got to beat a DC 15 Constitution save.
She got a big 6, but roll me a percentile.
'84.
Big 8-4. Roll me a d10, if you will.
Oh, God.
Oh, who are you going to murder?
Fucking hell.
And a 10, of course.
Oh, course.
Everyone takes 10 points of necrotic damage.
Oh,
Son of a bitch.
Whoa.
As this dark energy, as you cast this blindness, as darkness kind of covers this wraith's face, that energy is drawn towards you. As Fungi, you are healed for 10. To a maximum of minus 19.
it's like 15. Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, minus 19, so it'd be...
What is
You
it?
might be at your max. I think your maximum is 8.
I'm minus.
Yeah, your maximum is 8 right now.
Jesus.
But they are blinded. But Casmus would fall down. Weller looks rough, as does Malakar.
Still
I'm
invisible
gonna move.
though, so it doesn't help.
He is still invisible. Yeah, you guys don't know that he's down. That is
Okay.
the worst part. Anything else for Fungi?
No.
I'll take us to dusk. No longer able to see the glowing eyes of this ghost creature.
All right.
And no sign of Casmus.
All right. Dusk will move up, and he will strike with his spear.
All right, give me a spear strike. An 11 is going to be a miss.
Crap.
Oh, yeah, that is with yeah.
He'll groan to himself. Bonus action unarmed strike.
But the groan sounds like a purr, so it's
Yes.
really cute.
Wow.
It's going to be a miss. Oh, it's going to be a hit, yeah, because advantage, duh, because they're blinded and fairy fired. I need Rincewind to give me a Constitution save. But it's still an advantage because blinded. But they do take not 8, 4 points poison.
Rincewind said, I'll see you a Constitution save and raise you.
Yeah. Anything else
And
for Jessica?
yeah, I'll expend a key point. This was for flurry of blows, but he's going to do a roundhouse kick,
Kick
and
Weller
he's
in the face.
going to kick Weller in the face.
As Weller, you get 8 hit points.
Yeah. Yes, it feels good. Feels right.
Just realigned your jaw.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now take us to Malakar. You
Um,
can almost hear that voice coming from below where you're standing.
Open the goddamn box.
fuck it. I'm opening the box.
The box.
All right. Give me a... No, it's actually very easy to open. As you open the large sarcophagus, it slides open with ease. You can see a withered and mummified corpse. Resting on their chest looks to be a sword hilt. What do you do? No sword, just the hilt.
Gotta start swinging the mummy's body.
I'm gonna reach for the sword hilt.
All right.
Can I do that?
As you reach for the sword hilt, the this golden sword hilt, it ignites into like a lightsaber type fashion, and a golden light illuminates immediately. You can take another action immediately. After grabbing this, you would hear a voice in your head. Thank you. It was so lonely there.
Do I still have movement?
You do. You didn't use any movement. So you
Okay,
can
so
immediately
then-
take another action.
Then I will move over here. And that will get me at flanking. And I will swing this new lightsaber thing I
Yeah.
have.
Hey, you will.
It is the same as a longsword, but you have +2 to hit,
Okay.
and it deals radiant damage.
So just
As the
Longsword like
entire
normal?
area in here brightly lit. Yeah, just normal longsword, add advantage. Yeah,
Fuck it up.
24 will hit.
and then longsword damage.
Don't fuck up.
Could always juice it up.
For 9 points of damage. You can always juice it up if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, roll me some smite damage. It will do 3d8 more damage.
So 3d8.
Oh, I'm sorry. Roll it. It automatically does an extra d8 radiant damage to undead. So roll me 4d8.
All right.
Oh, so many D8s.
Here we
As you
go.
deal 25 points of radiant damage. All of it just light kind of burst, just kind of filling with that purplish bit of light of your own, but mostly this golden, almost sun-like light. As what does it look like as you end the existence of this creature?
Well, as the sword slashes through it and the light envelops it, kind of almost like a black hole, but it's all light, and all the darkness and everything from the wispy ghost thing just sucks into the center, and then just poof,
As it
just bursts into light.
As it poofs and bursts into light, a voice would call out to you, and you would all hear it. We can fight the darkness and bring the light to it together. As Casmus is still invisible, dying.
Can I give myself guidance and immediately just start like feeling around to see if I can find, knowing he was around here.
I will
Start getting on my knees and start.
I will
looking
say at
for-
this point, Casmus, roll me a death save, because we can still be in initiative here. Fungi, guidance is an action. Well, let's take it back. Rincewind, are you doing anything in this moment?
Um,
And
Is there
you would
anything
see,
else?
with your detect magic going,
uh-huh.
the sword that Malachar is holding is blinding. You can't
Okay.
see shit.
Okay.
Like legit, like blinding.
I dropped concentration on that when I had Fairy Fire up.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Fair enough.
So thank goodness
It's
for
still
that.
blinding.
I guess.
Because it's bright light.
Right.
You guys haven't seen sunlight in months.
Whew. And is there anything else in that casket? Can I inspect, I guess?
Give me an investigation
Because I don't know.
check
I don't see anything else in the room that I can.
as you start to investigate the large sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just a mummy.
Okay.
Probably of that person that just attacked you. Weller.
What are we still fighting?
Fair enough. Fun guy.
I am gonna drop down and just start feeling around to see if I can find wherever Cosmos is.
Give me an investigation check.
$16.
You do find him.
That's my action.
That is your action.
All right. Stay alive one more round.
Dusk. Anything.
I mean, is it obvious that Fungi has found someone or something?
You see him like feeling around on the ground and like patting something for a moment. He kind of mumbles something to himself, it sounds like.
Might be tricky. I'll go over and see what he's fumbling around with. Could I possibly make a medicine check at disadvantage to try to stabilize him?
I will allow it. Yeah. Sure.
I know it's a stretch, but
It is, but I mean, it's okay to metagame a little bit with these kind of things.
yeah, because I mean, it would sort of be kind of obvious what it is once I got over there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he hasn't washed in how long, and I'm a cat. I'd be like,
you would probably, yeah.
oh,
All
right.
all of us are probably really, really smoking bad for
Mhm.
Yeah, we're
Dusk.
probably all pretty rancid.
yeah, all you non-anthropomorphs smell. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and expend my inspiration I earned this session to turn that to a normal roll,
Fair enough.
and let's here's happen. Crap.
Oh, it was on that 18.
It was.
Right,
it
haunted
was.
me.
The DC is always 10 for stabilizing.
Oh, that's right.
So kind of feeling around and being efficient and proficient with the ways of medicine and physiology and physicology of humanoids in general and how they heal and stuff. You kind of feel around and look for like the pressure points as you can do this stuff blindfolded. Kind of feel around and pick out the points, like just pump into his heart, essentially. You don't see him. You don't even hear him. But you do feel that heartbeat pumping normal once again.
He'll look up at Fungi and say, I would advise against magic. It seems to have unfortunate consequences. I have exhausted my key, but if I can get a short rest, I could revive him.
We could force feed him a berry.
You can force
Yeah.
feed Barry. But
Yeah.
we can get into that next time.
Oh, we can't do that?
Yeah, you can easily. But
Yeah, I was
we'll
gonna-
get,
I was
we'll
gonna
get
get one
into
of
the
mine.
specifics of it next time, as we did go a little bit later here. And thanks for sticking
It might
around.
come in suppository form.
But you never know.
He's invisible.
we'll
I'm just
find-
saying, whatever happens, happens.
Oh.
Found a hole.
Found
Shove
a hole.
it in.
Shove it in. We'll find out next time on Out of the Abyss. And thanks everyone for joining us tonight. And you guys do have a very badass sword, which figure out what to do with next time, and all that jazz. But yeah, thanks for joining us, Twitch, and good night, everyone.
Night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.